Welcome back to Self-Development Books Corner on Readology Review. I'm Emma. Today, we're diving deep into a true classic that has inspired millions, Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich. It's more than just a book, it's a philosophy for personal achievement. Ethan, you're our resident expert on this one. What makes Think and Grow Rich so enduringly popular and impactful?
That's a great question, Emma. This book's power lies in its practical, actionable principles derived from Napoleon Hill's extensive study of over 500 of America's most successful individuals, including giants like Andrew Carnegie and Henry Ford. Hill spent over 2 decades researching and documenting what made these people achieve their vast fortunes and influence. He distilled their methods into 13 core principles, presented not just as theories, but as proven strategies that anyone can apply to achieve their desired success. It's about a mindset shift more than anything else.
Fascinating. So, where does this journey to riches begin, according to Hill? What's the very first step?
It all starts with desire. Hill emphasizes that a mere wish for money isn't enough. It must be a burning desire, an obsession that transcends everything else. He uses the compelling story of Edwin C. Barnes, who had a burning desire to become Thomas Edison's business associate, not just to work for him. Barnes presented himself looking like a tramp, but Edison recognized his unwavering determination, granting him an opportunity. Barnes's success, making a fortune selling Edison's dictating machine, wasn't immediate, but his persistence in focusing on that single desire eventually paid off. This concept of burning your bridges, leaving no possibility of retreat, is central to maintaining that intense desire.
That makes so much sense. And I imagine that unwavering desire needs a strong ally. What other foundational principle does Hill highlight as essential?
Absolutely. The next crucial principle is persistence. Hill calls it the sustained effort necessary to induce faith. He says persistence does for your character what carbon does for iron. It hardens it to steel. Lack of persistence is identified as a major cause of failure, but it's a weakness that can be overcome, and its ease of conquest depends on the intensity of your desire. Hill gives several vivid examples of persistence in action, like Fannie Hurst, a best-selling author who faced 36 rejection slips from one publisher before her persistence paid off. Or even his own life story, full of devastating failures that he overcame solely through extraordinary persistence. He mentions that those who pick themselves up after defeat and keep on trying finally arrive.
It sounds like the book really dives into the how of turning desire into reality. Can you walk us through some of the concrete steps Hill suggests for translating desire into its monetary equivalent?
Certainly. Hill outlines 6 definite, practical steps to transmute desire into gold. They are: first, fix in your mind the exact amount of money you desire. Don't just say, plenty of money. Be specific. Second, determine exactly what you intend to give in return for the money. Remember, there's no such thing as something for nothing. Third, establish a definite date when you intend to possess the money. Fourth, create a definite plan for carrying out your desire and begin at once to put it into action whether you feel ready or not. Fifth, write out a clear, concise statement of the amount, the time limit, what you'll give in return, and the plan. Finally, read your written statement aloud twice daily, once just before bed and once upon rising. As you read, see and feel and believe yourself already in possession of the money. This last step is vital because it involves autosuggestion.
Autosuggestion. This sounds like a powerful mental technique. How does Hill explain its role in programming the mind for success?
Autosuggestion is essentially self-suggestion, the medium for communicating directly with your subconscious mind. Hill explains that your subconscious mind acts on thoughts that are mixed with emotion or feeling, especially belief. By repeatedly reading your desire statement aloud with strong emotion and absolute faith, you impress these positive thoughts onto your subconscious. It's like playing a perfectly legitimate trick on your subconscious, making it believe the money is already awaiting your claim, which then compels it to hand over practical plans for acquiring it. Modern psychology supports this with concepts like creative visualization, where vividly imagining your goal as already achieved can influence your actions and attract opportunities. The key is to be consistent and to feel the emotion.
That's incredibly insightful. It really shifts the focus from passive wishing to active mental engagement.
Absolutely. And Hill clarifies that your subconscious doesn't distinguish between true or false or positive or negative. It just responds to the power and emotion of the input. So feeding it positive, emotionally charged desires is crucial.
To support the author and publisher, we encourage you to purchase and read the full physical version of the book. We have attached the link to buy the book in the video description. You can refer to it. And if you'd like us to create a brief summary or review of a particular book, don't hesitate to leave a comment under this video. If we've read it, we'll definitely fulfill your request.
Building on these individual principles, Hill also introduces the concept of the mastermind. This is defined as coordination of knowledge and effort in the spirit of harmony between two or more people for the attainment of a definite purpose. Hill states that no individual may have great power without utilizing the mastermind. It provides two kinds of power: economic advantages through cooperation, and psychic power, which he describes as an invisible, intangible force created when minds coordinate in harmony, seemingly amplifying thought energy. He cites Andrew Carnegie, who attributed his entire fortune to his mastermind alliance of 50 people, and Henry Ford, whose most rapid strides came after associating with brilliant minds like Thomas Edison. It's about sharing vision, ideas, information, and contacts, leveraging collective experience and knowledge.
That's a powerful idea, that synergy of minds. And how does that relate to the kind of knowledge we acquire?
It ties directly into specialized knowledge. Hill argues that general knowledge is of little use for accumulating money unless it's organized and directed through practical plans. Knowledge, he says, is only potential power. It becomes power when organized and applied to a definite end. He illustrates this with Henry Ford's famous response during a libel trial where he was asked obscure general knowledge questions. Ford simply pointed out he had electric push buttons on my desk to summon men who possessed any knowledge he required. This highlights that an educated person isn't necessarily one who possesses all knowledge, but one who knows where to get it when needed, and how to organize it into plans of action through a mastermind group.
So it's about leveraging intellect, not just possessing it. But even with all these principles, people face obstacles. What does Hill identify as the biggest hurdles, particularly fears?
Hill dedicates a whole chapter to the 6 ghosts of fear, stating that you must clear out indecision, doubt, and fear from your mind before the philosophy can truly function. The 6 basic fears are fear of poverty, the most destructive, paralyzing reason, imagination, and self-reliance. Fear of criticism destroys initiative and imagination, often instilled by well-meaning but ignorant people. Fear of ill health can manifest physical symptoms of imagined illness and deplete natural resistance. Fear of loss of love, the most painful, leading to jealousy and neurosis. Fear of old age, often linked to poverty, ill health, and diminishing sexuality. Fear of death, stemming from religious fanaticism or uncertainty, but can be overcome by understanding life as energy and transition. Hill stresses that these are merely states of mind, subject to your control.
And how do we counter these fears and other negative influences? Is it all about making choices?
Precisely. The mastery of these fears, and indeed the entire philosophy, hinges on decision, which Hill calls the mastery of procrastination. He found that those who accumulate fortunes have the habit of reaching decisions promptly and changing them slowly. Conversely, those who fail make decisions slowly and change them quickly and often. Henry Ford's stubbornness with the Model T, despite initial opposition, is a prime example of this definite decision leading to immense success. Hill urges readers to keep your own counsel, rely on yourself to reach your own decisions, and to be wary of opinions from others, even friends and family, that might inject doubt or ridicule. He cites the Declaration of Independence as the greatest example of a definite decision, where 56 men risked their lives, united by an unwavering decision that birthed a nation.
What an incredibly comprehensive framework for success. It truly emphasizes the power of the mind and personal agency.
It does, Emma. Hill's ultimate message is that your real wealth can be measured not by what you have, but by what you are. By applying these 13 principles, from desire and faith to persistence, mastermind, specialized knowledge, and definite decision, you gain control over your thoughts, which in turn allows you to control your destiny and attract the riches you desire. It's about cultivating a money consciousness and continuously striving for improvement.
A truly empowering message. Thank you so much, Ethan, for breaking down Think and Grow Rich for us. It's clear why this book remains a cornerstone of self-development.
My pleasure, Emma. It's a philosophy that, if truly understood and applied, can profoundly transform one's life.
And that's all the time we have for Self-Development Books Corner today. Don't forget to check out the link in the description to get your own copy of Think and Grow Rich. And leave us a comment if there's a book you'd like us to review next. We'll see you next time on Readology Review.